smile on their faces was huge. So you begin to wonder, did something else go down? Or is it just the signing of 70,000 naira minimum wage that is making everybody sound teeth like this, like saying a close-up toothpaste ad? Anyway, we'll watch and see how that plays out. Meanwhile, the House of Reps on Wednesday passed through the first reading a bill seeking to amend the 1999 Constitution to provide for a single term of 6 years for the offices of President, State Governors, and Local Government Areas Chairman. The private member bill was sponsored by the member representing Idiator North, Idiator South Federal Constituency, Imo State, Ikenga Ugochingyu, that a single term of 6 years will help to reduce the spending on the general elections conducted every 4 years. The proposed bill seeks to alter Section 7, 135, 137, 180, and 182, subsection 1 of the Constitution as amended. Well, more details will come to us as we move on. But if we're going to allow this particular bill if we're going to allow this, then I don't know what you think about it. Let me know all about it. 0808 312 8618. 0808 312 8618. Now, concerning this national minimum wage, Nigerians were dragged on social media after that conversation, right? So, Africa Facts Zone, something on X posted that Nigeria has increased its minimum wage to 70,000 naira, which is about $43 monthly. Someone from Kenya now said Nigerians getting paid 5,000 naira per 5k, not 5,000 Kenyan shillings, is something I never expected from them, bearing the fact that they call themselves the giant of Africa, giants of poverty and fraud, those people. Hey, God. Whoa. Someone says, well, naira is some kind of toilet paper. 70,000 Nigerian naira is about 663 Ghana cedis. That's where it's at the moment. So Ghanaians and Kenyans are dragging the giant of Africa over the new national minimum wage. So you just begin to look at what a hot mess this is. What a hot mess this is. Anyway, moving on to another headline here, we have Dele Momodu penning down the truth in an open letter to the president, Tinubu. He said, urgent message for the president. I'm just going to read out a lot of it. Well, Your Excellency, I've decided to write this open letter to you as a concerned friend and brother. As you're aware, I'm a member of opposition, but you and I have a long history together. I owe you only one thing, the truth. It is very obvious that the first thing that takes flight in the presidential villa is truth. The reason is simple. Some Nigerians are experts in hijacking men and women of power. The deification process is often swift, and irreversible. I'm writing you today not because I expect you to act on my suggestions, but to put it on record that someone gave you the true picture of things. I'm also hoping that some of your friends will read and interpret to you in a sober moment. Number one, Nigeria is in big trouble. Our economy has virtually collapsed, and what's the way out? You've been wasting too much money at a time that requires absolute frugality. Please stop this reckless propensity for wasting scarce resources, purchasing presidential jets, building outlandish monuments, distributing cash as palliatives, etc. There are signs of a failed and careless government. If you can curb the excessive spending of your government, you will free up a lot of resources for serious development. Number two, I believe you're frittering away our resources because you desperately crave a second term. But the best assurance of a second term is performance. Like I was saying yesterday, show Watkins. Nigerians are not expecting you to turn water into wine, but they don't want you to turn their wines into water. Here are my tips. Invest in vocational skills for our highly talented youths who can demonstrate their capacity for hard work. Invest heavily in local agriculture. Upgrade our institutions of learning. Giving cash to politicians to distribute is very unhealthy and unhelpful. It is the height of cluelessness. Number three, in the name of God, beware of those hero worshippers at the National Assembly who have turned you into God. Ndume is your best friend. Listen to him. There is danger ahead. You must enforce discipline as a leader. Your new discipline Nyesom Wike has publicly disrespected you in the Fubara matter. You need to sanction him before he throws Nigeria into total chaos. Well, that was the letter by Dele Momodu, who says Nigerians are not expecting you to turn water into wine, but they don't want you to, in turn, turn their wines into water. A clear case of pouring sansan inside their gari. Well, let's watch and see whether the presidency will grant a response to that particular statement. Meanwhile, we have reps slashing their salaries by 50% for 6 months to address hardships. The House of Representatives has resolved to support the federal government with about 648 million naira for 6 months by slashing their salaries by 50% to support food sufficiency across the country and to address the high cost of food. While making this resolution on Thursday, the lawmakers also begged Nigerians to exercise more patience with the President Ahmed Tinubu's led administration in addressing challenges and hardships faced by citizens. The House further mandated its committee on appropriation, humanitarian affairs, finance and budget to ensure compliance. Well, 50% slashing their salaries by 50% for 6 months to address hardships. Well, we'll watch and see how far that will go in ensuring that there's food sufficiency across the country. Will the money be used, or will they find another way to get back that 50% in terms of when it comes to some of the what's it called now? The word eludes me. Some of the things that they add to their salaries, apart from the salaries, their total take home, they have some other things, allowances, right? Allowances, that's the word. So you're looking at a lot of allowances. So are we sure they're not going to find another way to collect those monies in terms of allowances? We'll watch and see how that particular conversation plays out. Meanwhile, Philip Shaibu was under gun attack 1 day after reinstatement as a deputy governor. Comrade Philip Shaibu, impeached but reinstated deputy governor of Edo State, came under gun attack in Benin City, the capital of Edo State, on Thursday. Shaibu, whose impeachment was voided by Federal High Court in Abuja, on Wednesday had returned to Edo State from Abuja when his convoy was attacked. Well, he's fine, but this just screams of something else going on. We'll watch and see how that particular story unfolds. Meanwhile, you have the federal government saying corruption in the health sector in Nigeria at large is a very, very deep issue, noting that efforts were ongoing to get rid of the menace. The Delta State Police Command also says it has rescued 25 victims of human trafficking in the Ugeli area of the state. They stated this on Thursday in Asaba. All right, those are pretty much the headlines this morning, the trending stories that pretty much burst my brain over the course of how many hours since we last spoke? Well, reps to slash their salaries by 50% for 6 months to address hardship. That's one major story. Another is the letter penned down by Dele Momodu talking about the truth he wants to give to the president in an open letter. We also saw the House of Reps on Wednesday, a bill seeking 6-year term for president scales first reading. We'll see how that one plays out. We also have the Labour leaders signing finally 70,000 naira. Go ahead and give me a call. Let me know what you think about any of our headlines. 0808 312 8618. You can also send a WhatsApp message to 0808 312 8618, as well as you can leave a YouTube comment on our YouTube page. It is at Voice of the People Abuja. We'll be joined by Rufai Oseni in just a moment, right? And he needs to let us know what he thinks about any of our headlines this morning. We're live on YouTube at Voice of the People Abuja. Voice of the People Abuja. Go ahead and give me a call. 0808 312 8618. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. 18. There was another headline here talking about what's his name now? Yahaya Bello. He had a request to stop arraignment, but the judge, the Federal High Court in Abuja on Wednesday, rejected the application for a stay the EFCC against Yahaya Bello. All right, we have Mr. Rufai on the phone. Good morning.
Bless you, guys. How are you?
I'm fine. Uh, okay, let's jump right into it. 70,000 naira minimum wage. Mr. Rufai, if Labour was just going to concede, why then were they bragging and shouting and braggadociing that 250,000 naira minimum wage?
Meet the needs of and the yearnings of a lot of suffering Nigerians. And we're asking Labour why? What happened? So there are many questions that we need to be able to ask. And hopefully, Labour, while yes, when you check the numbers, it's just coming to $45.
Lots of international people from Kenya and Ghana, they were dragging Nigeria in a small generator yesterday.
Has put himself.
Nigerians are excited about 70,000.
What can 70,000 naira do as we speak in this country? You want to hazard a guess? Can't really do much. Can't really do much. Can't really do much. So that's the sad reality of the country we live in. Can't really do much.
All right, let's move on from the conversation of minimum wage because at this point the bill will be passed within 3 years. It's too food and food issues in the country. The House of Reps members decided that they were going to give out 50% of their salaries to help fight this issue of food sufficiency.
No, they should give out. No, they should give out the allowances. No. They should give out the allowances. The allowances where the money is. They should give out the allowances, not their salaries.
All right, Mr. Rufai, there was something that caught my eye yesterday about what's going on in the country. Proponents of a failed and careless government. If they can curb the excessive spending of their government, then they'll free up a lot of resources for serious development. He also talks about the fact that assurance for his second term is performance.
Yes, like the question I normally ask. Can you please pick out one lie in the letter Dele Momodu wrote? Just pick out one lie. Can you just try? Have you been able to pick out a lie?
Not to my knowledge. Oh.
Yeah, oh, what's the lie?
He also talked about the fact that Ali Ndume is his friend. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about the fact that he said Ali Ndume is his best friend, that he should listen to him, and there's danger ahead. However, that part could be true.
So there's no lie now because you don't know about their relationship, and there is nothing that Ali that is not true. And that's why after I released that statement, even when they now sacked him from the chief whip position, I commended Ali Nduma on television. I might not agree with Ali Nduma on everything, but please, let us tell ourselves the truth. Is the economy not in dire straits? Are the things that Ali Nduma is saying, are they not correct? So guessing we can't keep deceiving ourselves. We can't have a nation of national deceit. It will not all go well for anybody. So the earlier we understand that, the better it is for us.
All right. Moving on to another headline here. We had Philip Shaibu, who was just reinstated. He came under Abuja. His convoy was attacked. I don't know what to make of this, but some people are saying it smells of politics, political influence and all that.
I think let the investigations come out before we say more on the matter.
All right. We'll allow that particular story unfold and see how it plays out. Mr. Rufai, is there any other headline you'd like to touch light on before we let you go?
Yes, I'm very good. I just hope Nigeria gets better. That's my prayer.
All right. Thank you so much, and have a
Thank
lovely
you.
weekend.
And you have a great one.
Okay, you have the opportunity to call and let me know what you think about any of our headlines this morning. You can call me up on 0808 312 8618. 0808 312 8618. Meanwhile, there was a conversation about how much it costs to jackpot. I don't know if you're thinking about it or if you've been considering it so far, looking at the country, the way things are at the moment. But there was a conversation on X about jackpot. It was one of the biggest stories yesterday. It was trending, and someone said, "I can't remember the last time I saw 'Welcome to a new dispensation' on the timeline. Election has consequences. Where one way or another, we're all going to learn a lesson or two." Someone now responded and said, "I was telling someone you will need over 50 million naira to jackpot, especially if you are using school these days because of the exchange rate." And the person is arguing. There was a conversation about the fact that if you were using the old school fees to assess jackpot, you will need like 40 million naira at the moment just to jackpot for school fees alone, just to jackpot to the UK. You have not paid rent, you have not eaten, you have not applied for visa or bought your flight ticket and all of that. So 40 million naira to go and start from zero elsewhere in the name of greener pastures is completely crazy. So if you were considering jackpotting, all of us did this country. You no go anywhere. All of us did here, and all of us will make sure that this particular country works and it works well for all of us. Well, do join the conversation. 0808 312 8618. 0808 312 8618. That is the number to call to be a part of the show. You can also send a WhatsApp message to that particular number as well. 0808 312 8618. All right, let's check out another trending audio. This one was from the Senate president. He shut down Senator Natasha for speaking without being recognized, and a lot of people he's come under a lot of backlash. Nigerians have been talking about the fact that, okay, this is a reality of women in places of authority and it's a struggle, but she will prevail. Someone said, they hard for you to know men where they talk down on their wives. Someone says it must be embarrassing to see for this man's children to see him behave this way. Let's listen to what exactly prompted this dragging.
Mr. President, we don't want it to be killed. We just want a bit of modification. We don't want the bill killed, but it should be slight modifications. It's a necessary bill.
This is Natasha in the chamber. You have to be recognized before you speak.
Oh, pardon me.
Yeah, we are not in a nightclub. So those again say nay.
However, some people have said they don't see anything wrong in cautioning someone who, especially if there's a rule of you being recognized before you speak. Well, you let me know what you think about it. There's also conversations about minimum wage that was had with the Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, talking about federal government and Labour agreeing on 70,000 naira minimum wage. Let's take a listen.
Today is a happy day for Nigeria. You recall that last week we had a meeting here, and the organized private sector and the subnationals have also held their various meetings with Mr. President following the submission of the tripartite agreement to Mr. President. Labour came last week, they had a meeting with Mr. President. They adjourned, asked for adjournment for a week to go and consult further. They did those consultations. They have come back today, and we have met with Mr. President. We are happy to announce today that both the federal government and the organized labor have agreed on an increase on the 62,000 naira minimum wage. The new national minimum wage that we expect Mr. President to submit to the National Assembly for legislation is 7,000 naira. Nigeria is going to be more CNG compliant, according to the President. We are moving in this transition to renewable. And all other things that Mr. President has assured you, the issue of SAN and NASU is also going to be looked at. And we are happy, we are very thankful of the role that the organized labor has done today. They recognize the President's role in ensuring, or the federal government's role in ensuring, that we have the local government autonomy, and also ensuring that both the organized labor are on the day today. They have seen the magnanimity of the President. And today, the leadership of Labour said they didn't come here for negotiation. Not at all. They came here in their deep sense of patriotism to ensure that Nigeria remains united, Nigeria becomes more prosperous. And it's in that spirit that they are in agreement with what the federal government has done today. We want to thank Labour for their patriotism. We also want to thank Mr. President, the federal government, the subnationals, and the organized private sector for going through this painstaking effort, but also ensuring that at the end of the day, Nigeria is the winner for it all.
All right. Well, in that particular conversation, Nigerians were talking about the fact that if for all this time they knew they were going to negotiate for 70,000 naira, then why all those 250,000 naira drama? Someone also said, but not the same amount labor they reject since. Lol. What was the clause that convinced them? See as in they smile for back. It was what I was asking, because the happiness, the joy on their faces shows that something else must be going on. Can't they too, someone, a user on Instagram said, can't they too, that is talking about the labor leaders, the ministers themselves, can they too be on minimum wage? Someone says, Mr. Joe Jairo, the way you are looking around, is everything all right? Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, looking at this issue of minimum wage, they don't drag us. They don't drag us. That's just the truth. The person used the clause, well, giant of Africa. I'm going to take it again. It says Nigerians getting paid 5,000 Kenyan shillings per month is something I never expected from them, bearing they call themselves giants of Africa. Giants of poverty and fraud, those people. That's what was said. Ghana cedis is about 663.87 naira. Ghana cedis to 70,000 Nigerian naira. And you know the war between Nigerians and Ghanaians, it's unending. So they were dragging us. This one said, please note that it has been increased. That means it was initially lower than $43. I laugh in Greek. Another person said, lol, it was $20 before. LOL. It was $20 before. Another one says, 6,522 Kenyan shillings. That's breakfast for a kid from a particular town in Kenya. Wow. This one says, we know, but please, it is because of the kind of politicians we have, which are actively being supported by a few evil Nigerians. Someone says, you people should demonstrate like Kenyans are doing right now for a better country. Well, that's all we can pray for, and that's all we can hope for. And on the comments section, someone said, for the first time, I know get waiting to tell my enemies. Unafi Dragoso. This one really hit us. Another one says, I know they pity Nigerians again. A lot of people are still supporting this administration. We are smiling and suffering gang. Another one says, how can you even begin to defend your country in situations like this? Someone says, I am ashamed. Well, let me know what you think about it. 0808 312 8618. That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. 080-8618. Meanwhile, there was a conversation that was had about the Borno State governor's son. I forgot to touchlight it yesterday, but I'm going to bring it up again today. There was an allegation, according to anonymous investigative journalist, Speedom Nigeria, the son of Professor Zulum, the governor of Borno State, is currently detained in India for allegedly murdering someone. See, the governor of Zulum's son that committed murder in India is currently in detention, and the Indian government, family of the deceased, is not letting this one sleep. Money in billions and diplomatic channels has been rejected. He killed a guy at a nightclub with a bottle. That was the allegation that was made concerning this particular individual. He has done a video as a rebuttal to Nigerians. Let's take a listen.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Dear esteemed Nigerians, I am Umar Babagana Umar Zulum. I'm here to address the damaging falsehood that had been made, a gossip accusation made against me, saying that I killed someone at nightclub. This is not true. They want to tarnish my father's name. I have been with my family since 2 months now in Maiduguri right now. Salam.
Well, that was the video, but he was dragged for looking at something or reading it from somewhere. However, we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know if this is true, but let's watch and see how much investigation is going to go into this, and then we move on from there. All right. Meanwhile, have you ever tasted grilled meat that is so juicy it falls right off the bone? The Niger twin celebrity chefs, Quick Nosh executive chefs, are gonna be live at Hustle and Bustle, bringing to you a mouthful of flavors to harass your team at Hustle and Bustle, and it's the first of continental at Hustle and Bustle, and it's the first of continental local dishes put together. Now, Quick Nosh is known for making and presenting giant platters, and they offer one of the best experience on this issue of this matter of platters. Leave them for Quick Nosh. Now, if you're celebrating a birthday, an engagement, or you just love to hang out with family and friends, there's a giant platter package to suit full to eat. Or our Odoku Silence 12 persons. So if you're a party of 12, then you could actually go for the Odogu Reloaded platter. Then they've also got Thanksgiving platter for the VIPs. It serves about 8 persons. So if you're 8 in your team, then you go ahead and take advantage of that. So they've got combos and platters that serve 3 to 4 persons. And if for any reason at all, you want a party alone, you want to enjoy yourself, you want a jaye orimi or jaye, what do they call that thing? Enjoy the head of your life, Abi. How do they say it in Yoruba? Well, you can go ahead and order the single combo for you. Special you, yeah. So it'll be happening live at Hustle and Bustle today. On Saturday, number 80 at Minukanu Crescent, we'll say to Abuja on Saturday, the 20th of July. That's tomorrow, from 6 p.m. Correct grilled goat meat, well seasoned to the bone. Trust me, it looks so delicious. You should check our YouTube page to see some of the videos. Absolutely bonkers. What are they salivate as they look at the moment? So correct grilled goat meat, well seasoned to the bone, delicious crabs, finger licking tiger prawns, and other delicious omyomyo items on the menu. We go to choke. So you have to wash it down with a proper XO or a VSOP. So there are other drinks on the menu, but you know now, as the baller way you be, you supposed to look XO or VSOP way. So to have a view, check out their page on Instagram. It is at Quicknosh, which is spelled as KUIKNOSH. KUIKNOSH. Don't be left out. Make your reservations as soon as possible. Now, if you haven't experienced any of the giant platters at Quick Nosh, this you've been missing, but this is the perfect opportunity for you to explore and enjoy yourself. It's all about food entertainment with the Niger twin celebrity chefs, leaving your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, your skin, every single senses tingling and wanting more. So for more information and reservation, you can call 0803 119 1589. That is 0803 119 1589 or 081 632 57637. 081 632 57637. That's for Quick Nosh. Thank you so much for listening to the Front Page Review. By the way, my name is Gesire.